Hey tankers, welcome to another episode of Beginner's Guide. This time I'm going to be doing something extremely different. I have never done this before, but I have recently started playing this tank and I just kind of trying to watch videos and find something about it. And you know, Rhett, you really can't. Yes, there are videos on the Sheridan that is, and this is a review and guide for the Sheridan. Yes, there are videos on it by YouTubers, but there is almost nothing on a re-review of this tank since they took away the missiles. So because I never bought it when I played it with missiles, because I didn't like the missiles, I have it now and I'm playing it. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to show you a little bit about the tank that I have and how I've set it up. Let's keep in mind, I am not a Unicum. I'm a 49% player. I have not aced this tank, and I've got about 52 games in it. Anyways, my first setup here, and I'm using fire extinguisher because I can't stand my tank gets hit and catches fire. I'm using the multi-repair kit to just repair everything, and I'm using the adrenaline because you like to have that boost in situations where you have a lot of targets in front of you, or if you're in a brawl and you just need that quicker reload because your reload stinks in this tank. Anyways, so let's look over here at these. I'm using the case of cola because I want to get everything out of this tank I can. I'm using the protective kit because I just want to boost all those little things that helps and keep the tank protected. And last, I'm using the bottle of cola because, again, I want everything out of this tank I can get out of it. And that's my setup, guys. And now there's no wrong or right. It's just what you prefer. So let's look now at my ammunition setup. And I'm actually going to change this here a little bit. You're never going to go through all of your rounds of any one thing in this tank. The games aren't long enough. But here I'm going to add 2 more heat and 2 more HE. These, like I said, you're not going to go through those rounds and run out of them, but it's good to have that extra little bit there. Here on the equipment slots on the top, I'm using calibrated shells over the gun rammer. I like that you can get more than an extra second of quicker reload, but I like my shells to go in when they hit, and that tends to be a problem with this tank sometimes. I'm using the protective kit here, one over the rammer because, truth is, I'm not going to ram too many targets. And here I'm looking at the view range, the optics, because, you're a light tank and you want to get that view range as much as possible. And you know what? I'm going to switch over to the ram. I did switch over to the ramming because I do ram tanks every now and then. The second row, I'm using the supercharged shells because I've noticed in this tank that it has a tendency to have a slower velocity shell, and I've missed targets that I don't think I should have missed. The middle row, of course, I'm using the HP boost, and the last one I'm using the engine accelerator because, I want to get everything out of this tank I can, and I get the most bang for the buck right there. On the bottom row, I watched a YouTuber's video on this, and he had said to use the gun laying drive over the enhanced gun, but for the I like because I'm going to fire from a stationary position. I like this one, and that's what I'm going with. And I've spent a lot of time tweaking this tank just to get the most out of it, and that's what I've decided on. Here I'm using the toolbox and the consumable delivery system to just help out the reload and the repairs and the quicker getting my consumables and stuff back quicker. Here I'm showing you I've only got like 52 games in this tank. I have not aced this tank. I have a first class, some second classes, and a bunch of other medals. But that's it for how I'm setting up this tank. Here I'm just going to show you the tank and this pretty cool camo I have on it. I really like that. I do not have the pumpkin set on the tank. Maybe at Halloween I would do that. I'm not doing it now. Anyways, guys, let's get into a battle. Here I am on Black Goldville, and I'm just going to kind of run you through what I'm doing. So I do not play this tank in a total massive aggressive style where I need to be racing through the tank game and just hauling butt everywhere and hitting people and keep running. I don't play like that. I'm more of a sniper player. You can review back to my sniper video, earlier, a few weeks ago, and really I like playing tanks that I can snipe with. The tank has a long range gun. Why am I going to play long range? That it just makes most sense to keep myself out of danger as much as possible. And here I'm going to play more of a middle range game, but I do like playing longer range, especially because you have that long reload, and this tank is all about the reload and getting that big shell in there. And so you want to kind of play it like a peekaboo style. I'm not going to plot if I don't have a shot, and I'm not going to plot if I don't have a round. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just looking for a round, and here you go. You just throw some HE in this guy and hit him for a really good amount of damage. And that's one of the things I like about the Sheridan is the HE actually does pretty good job for 150 millimeter. I know that they typically have a higher damage rate for HE than this tank does, but I can't complain. It when it hits and it pens, it does a great job, and I think it has a 99 pen on it currently with how I have it set up. But anyways, here I'm gonna try and get some shots, longer range shots at that Death Star, and I bounced a shell off his top. I'm gonna miss this shell right here, and then I'm just gonna decide that I want to move myself. I've got really quick speed, and I know my understanding is they nerfed the speed, but really it's hard to tell. The speed on this tank is really nice, and here I reposition myself to get around to take the kill shot on the Death Star, and boom, he's gone. He's out of the game. And that's another thing, guys. I know there's a tendency in players to want to pad their damage, and they will ignore shooting somebody at low hit points to take the kill. I really don't like that. I think that's, your object is to win the game, and if I have to take a lower point shot to get a kill and don't get as much damage as I want, I'm going to do it, because, if you take a gun out of the game, then he can't be shooting at me later on. So that's always something to think about, guys. So here I'm trying to reposition myself and get around these guys and from a good position of cover. The tank I was going after, which was that tier 10, the Christmas tank, the MLE 54, he's already been killed. But here I'm going to take out one tank and with a nice easy shot. And again, I'm taking out a tank. It was a good shot, got the kill, and we're looking at 2-on-2 here. So I'm running up here. I'm going to try and engage these guys. I'm going to put a shot into this TD right below him. I got lucky, and I kind of put myself in a bad position, but because I preserved my hit points, I'm okay. I'm okay with taking some shots here, and I'm waiting for that heavy to get up and help me and put some shots in and help out. And I'm just trying to delay these guys in that position, and I'm using my speed maneuverability to get around and, not take any shots more than I have to. Now I've got the heavy engaged. He's got a ton of hit points. And I can just do my reload and try and sneak in and get a shot. Here I'm going to pull around and fire, and I get a good shot, but I low roll and didn't kill him, and that was a bummer, because I would like to have gotten that kill right there right off the bat. And this right here, because why I added the rammer protection and equipment slots, because I do tend to like to ram things every now and then. Here they blew out my heavy, and bummer, now it's 2-on-1. But I'm waiting for my reload. I'm going to pull around and use HE to make sure I kill this guy, and he's dead. And now I've got a good hit point advantage over the Vickers. And I'm going to just take advantage of it. I can take a shot from him, maybe 2 shots, but he cannot take a shot from me. And guys, that's my review on the Sheridan without the missiles. Here we can see I have a first-class game. I have a good amount of damage. I've got a lot of medals. And, everybody has their own play style. I have my own play style, and this is what I like in this tank. This is what I like to do. And like I said, I'm not a unicum. I am just a average player playing an average tank, trying to get the most out of it. Guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy. We'll see you next time.